Hey guys, Collins here, and today we are back with a brand new video. Today we're back with a brand new story video. Now, I haven't done one of these videos in a long ass time, so here we go. And if we can get this video to 5 likes, I will do another episode of Blank Year Stories, where basically, if you guys don't know what that series is, I go over a year in my schooling history is the best way I guess I can describe it, and I talk about a bunch of different stories about what happened that year, specifically tying to school. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have a face cam today, it's totally because I want to show you guys my awesome gameplays that I've gathered, and I want you to focus solely on the story and the video game rather than my face. Totally not because it's late at night and my camera kind of sucks. Totally not because my room is a complete and utter mess. But with that being said, let's just jump right into the story. Now, the story, if you can't already tell by the title, is about the time I got horribly ill. And to rub salt in the wound, I got sick around Thanksgiving, which is my all-time favorite holiday because it's the one day you can gorge out and eat all the freaking food in the goddamn refrigerator and not feel like a lethargic piece of shit. And yeah, we'll be talking about how I got sick. So let's just jump right into the story. Enough babbling, rambling, and tambling. Let's get started. So this happened the day before Thanksgiving. It was a Wednesday in November. Awesome Wednesday. I believe that day I did have band. If you guys don't know what band is, that's a whole nother tangent I'm not about to get into. But yeah, I played an instrument for about an hour and a half.
Solitude in E minor.
And by the time I got home, I was feeling pretty good. I was hungry because, I didn't eat lunch because school lunch tastes like asshole. I came home and my mom had made an amazing dinner for me, and, I was psyched. Well, what did she make, you might be asking? Well, I don't fucking remember. I'm an autistic fuckhead, so, I'm not gonna remember that kind of shit. But yeah, she made dinner. All I remember is I ate a lot. That's all I remember. I ate a lot of fucking food. I was feeling really good afterwards. I mean, maybe not really good, but I was feeling pretty pumped. I just had a nice meal. A nice warm meal with lots of fillings. I basically felt good because when you go a whole day without really eating very much, and you finally get a tasty hot meal inside of you, you feel like you're on the top of this goddamn world, dude. You don't understand. After that, I decided to crash in bed because I was absolutely tired after eating a large meal, as most people usually do get. Or maybe that's just me because I'm a fucking fat ass who is also a grandpa in disguise. But basically, point is, I ended up going to sleep afterwards and having an awesome nap. Well, not really, no. It was a nice nap until I kind of started feeling funny. Like, mid-sleep, I remember feeling kind of, like, sick. I just didn't, the first half of my sleep felt like I was in fucking Disneyland, partying my ass off, even though I don't think that's what I was dreaming of. But then the second half felt like I was falling to the depths of hell, praying to God to please give me one more chance to prove myself worthy to get into heaven. God, that was a stupid analogy. But point being, I just felt like shit in the second half of my dream sleep stage. I don't even really remember what I was dreaming of, if I was even dreaming at all. But basically, I woke up and I was horribly ill. Like, I felt like I was about to vomit right then and there. And you have to remember, at this point, I haven't vomited in 7 years. And I've actually legit been keeping track. The last time I vomited prior to that, spoiler alert by the way, was in July of 2011. Yes, I am a fucking psychopath. I keep track of every time I fucking puke. Don't judge me. But yeah, I was keeping track, and that night I was like, I'm not gonna lose my 7-year friggin' streak, all because I feel like a donkey's penis. I'm not gonna lose my streak because I feel like I'm about to fucking boost. I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna swallow it. If it comes up, I'll just swallow it back down. And that's what I plan to do. That's what I plan to do, and no one was gonna stop me. But I did have a trick up my sleeve, to take a shit. Well, that was one of the 2 tricks I had up my sleeve. So I decided, maybe relieving my bowels it'll make me feel a little bit better. I mean, just exploding molten diarrhea, I would assume would make me feel a little bit better. So that's what I did. I did exactly that. I sat on the toilet and I exploded molten diarrhea. Like, it hurt a little for it to come out. Like, it was just so much and like moist and wet and juicy, and you're probably throwing up if you're eating. I would highly suggest you stop eating. I should have gave this warning at the beginning of the video. If you're eating, please stop. This is not a story you want to listen to while you eat your fucking Krispy Kreme donuts or your Captain Crunch cereal or your medium rare steak from Arby's. It doesn't fucking matter. Don't eat your food. Just listen to the goddamn story. Point being, though, I exploded in molten diarrhea, lots of it, you know. My actual ass crack was soaked with diarrhea shit. I still felt like shit after that, though, so, you know, I was like, okay, well, I have a second trick up my sleeve. I have an ace and a king up my sleeve. How about I take a nice warm bath? And for anyone who is sick for whatever reason, whether it be a headache, toe ache, penis ache, ass ache, stomach ache, flu, cold, pneumonia, cancer, AIDS, fucking, I don't know, literally anything. Just sit in a nice warm bath. It may not heal you, but trust me, it will make you feel a lot better, because, you know, the warm water in your fucking dying ass body it'll fix you. Don't ask me how. I'm not a biologist doctor thingy. I am just a cringy YouTuber who makes shitty videos. I can't give you all the answers, but I'll tell you this. It made me feel mildly better. So it helped me a little bit, but I still felt like I was about to vomit. So, you know, I just soaked in the tub, you know, just washing myself off, because at that point I don't think I took a shower yet anyway. So I was just trying to wash myself anyway, because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do, you know, while warming myself up in the tub, you know, make me feel a little bit better, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But then it happened. The thing that sucked so much fucking balls. Like, now this thing sucked more balls than James Charles ever did. It was the worst thing you could possibly ever imagine, or really not really know, but it was at least in the top 10 worst things that could possibly ever happen. I had to throw up. You might think that that's kind of weird, but again, in context, I haven't thrown up in 7 years, and I didn't remember what it felt like to throw up, and I really didn't want to relive throwing up ever. I never want to experience that again. I was told constantly that, you know, it will have to happen at one point in your life, but I was like, you're wrong, bitch. You know, I'm not a fan of alcohol, and I have no intentions of throwing up when I get sick. I'm just gonna swallow it, or so I thought. But it came to a point where it went from 0 to 100 like that, and I just couldn't hold it in anymore. If I tried holding it in, I would literally fucking choke on my vomit as it tried to come up. I'm trying to, it's coming out, and I'm trying to go, trying to swallow it. I'll fucking die. It'll go into my lungs. It'll go into my head. It'll go into my penis. I don't know where it's gonna go. So I just knew right then and there, that it had to go. It had to come out. Like, it was either, you know, it comes out, or I fucking die. I mean, that's not what's gonna happen, but, you know, hey, I took the wise words from Shrek pretty seriously, you know, better out than in.
Better out than in, I always say.
So I just did exactly that. I let it out. Now, thankfully, my tub is, like, right next to the toilet, so, you know, I could easily just scramble out of the tub, pull open the toilet, and you just go, and by golly, it was the worst experience I have ever had in a long time. Basically, what happened was, and again, please refrain from eating. I want to especially emphasize it right now, because I'm going to go into some great detail about this fucking vomiting situation. I'm going to assume you just stopped eating, so bravo, good. Now let's get into the story. So, vomiting. Do I really need to describe it? Probably not, but I'm going to anyway. So basically, I was huddling over. I had my face like maybe 6 inches from the toilet water, and I just let it out. I let it out. My stomach kind of clenched. Like, it was like squeezing every last drop of vomit Like, you know how you get a kitchen sponge and you just want to squeeze out the water? Or maybe you get a paper towel, you wet it, and then you want to squeeze out the water because you're going to wipe down a table or something, you know, to clean it. So you want to get rid of any excess water. That's kind of what I felt like my stomach was doing, except instead of getting rid of excess water, it was getting rid of literally everything inside of it. And it was just doing that, and I just kept going. Like, I felt the acidic, disgusting, molten food lava pour from my stomach, go up my esophagus, and out my mouth. I could taste the gross acid-ridden meat particles that was still left that I had for dinner. Like, it was half-digested meat coming up, and I could see it. The toilet was filled with orange goo, which is probably because of the acid, as well as little meat chunks in there, like little tiny meat chunks, and you could not imagine what the smell was like. Just imagine molding meat dumped in acid and vinegar, and I know vinegar is an acid, but like a very strong acid. On top of that, add like a fucking gallon of vinegar for scent, and that's basically what it smelled like. And what it tasted like, I cannot even describe with human words, because it tasted awful. It was very acidic, very nasty, gross, chunky. Like, it's like, you know, it's like you go to a smoothie shop or something like that and you order it like extra chunky, you know, with extra fruit chunks in it. Except it's not fruit chunks, it's meat chunks. And instead of it being a sweet, delicious fruit beverage, it's actually just a mixture of fucking vinegar and a bunch of other crap that tastes disgusting. I don't know. Broccoli. Yeah, broccoli, vinegar, probably fucking Clorox bleach. Maybe not. Clorox bleach is actually a base and not an acid, so. But basically, to put things simply, it was disgusting. And after I relieved myself, for lack of better words, I felt at ease. Like, I felt like a weight was lifted off of me. Like, the whole motherfucking time I was in that bathroom suffering from the horrible nausea, all I needed to do was just one big heave and just let it out. Because I felt magical. Magical is the best word to describe how I felt after that. I felt magical. I felt magical because I felt like I could not be touched. Like, nothing could ruin my day after that, because, you know, it just came all out, and I felt relief. I didn't need to worry about throwing up again, and I was like, oh, I felt so much better. I just genuinely felt a million times better. So after that, I brushed my teeth. I assume I used some a mouthwash to rinse out the disgusting vomit flavor. Then I proceeded to tell my parents, hey, look, I threw up. Can you guys, you know, be careful? I think I might have the flu or something, or either way, I just felt sick. Just watch out. Keep an eye on me, please, in case I start vomiting blood or shitting blood or something, because I don't want to die. So yeah, after that, I laid down and tried to go to sleep. I did end up texting my girlfriend, though. I told her, hey, look, I'm very sick. I don't know if we can text tonight. I don't know if we can call tonight or do whatever. I'm sick. I'm sorry. Good night. I'm going to try and go back to sleep. But before doing that, I decided, you know what, I think it's a healthy decision to try and drink a little bit of water, because water is good, am I right? So I tried that. I drank a lot of water because, you know, I just shat myself, I just vomited, you know, that's a lot of moisture that left my body. So drinking some water surely would make me feel better, right? No. No, absolutely not. No. It made me feel worse, because for like about an hour or two, I just sat on my bed, you know, I think I was watching some YouTube to try and pass the time, and I felt okay. Then I felt, Then I started to feel sick. Then I felt like I was about to throw up again, so I got up, ran to the toilet, and rinse and repeat the same cycle that happened earlier. Brush my teeth, mouthwash. And then I decided, you know what, I can't even keep water down. So I decided to take a bottle of water with me into my room and just slowly sip on it little by little. So that, you know, I can't really vomit from that, but I can still at least stay somewhat hydrated. So maybe every 5 minutes I'll just take a small sip and, yeah, try to sleep. That was the worst night of sleep I have ever had. Because I was trying to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. Because I'd be like half awake. Most of the time I was half awake. I would be like in a dream state where I'm dreaming about the same goddamn dream. And the fucking dream was me on the football field with a bunch of football players, and that's about it. That's all I can really remember from the dreams. I can tell you this for sure, though. It was not a fun dream. I wasn't playing football, you know, fucking football! Yeah! I wasn't doing any of that. I was more like standing around, football players running up to me to try and tackle me, even though I didn't have any fucking football or anything. Not a fun time. And it didn't help that basically every 10 minutes or so, I would slowly leave my dream state and come back to my normal conscious state, and then slowly drift off. Like, you know, it was kind of like a fucking wave. Like, you know, I'd be in dream state, then I'd wake up, and then I'd be back in dream state, then I'd wake up, and so on and so forth. Just rinse and repeat for like 6 hours. When I finally woke up in the morning, I felt a lot better, actually. I didn't feel sick, and for the rest of the weekend, I didn't have to throw up at all, which was a fucking A+ in my book, bro. But that didn't help the fact that on Thanksgiving Day, I didn't get to eat a single fucking parcel. I ate maybe like a few bites of food here and there, but I didn't really eat anything, and fucking hell, there was some good-ass food. Like, you know, you had turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, stuffing. My uncle made freaking prime rib and shit. Like, you can't make this shit up. That was a tasty dinner that I could have ate. But I didn't. I didn't do it because I was afraid if I ate too much, I was going to puke it all up again, you know. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, that was the story of the time I was sick. Or at the very least, the worst illness I ever had, ever. I don't think very much can top that. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below which favorite part of the video was, subscribe if you're new, click bell notifications if you haven't already. With all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy. Goodbye and farewell.